Here's how to solo Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War's Forsaken Easter egg. And right away on this one, when you spawn in, run directly to the portal and activate it. Now you're gonna need to survive for a short amount of time while it charges up. Now be aware that the longer you stay in this area, the more the rounds are going to automatically start ticking over. However, I do recommend staying here roughly 5 to 10 rounds to gather up enough points before heading through the portal. Now make your way through the streets and up to the next portal on the walkway. Once through, hop over the railing and drop down into the video store beneath you where you'll want to find your circuit board. Next, you'll want to head to the adjacent TV store to find your cathode ray tube. Next, turn back and head into the theater where you'll find the focusing lens. Finally, go through Burger Town, grab the fryer cage, head to the portal, and repair it with the items you just found. Now step through the repaired portal and make your way through this new area until you reach the next portal where an abomination will now spawn. Go and take this abomination out and then head through the portal. Now inside this room you will be completely safe, however you are taking constant radiation damage, so you really can't stay here very long. What you're going to want to do first is interact with the button on the middle console, then turn around and head over to the shuttered window and interact with the red button on the wall to start a cutscene. Now after the cutscene you're going to need to find the Chrysalax Wonder Weapon. Now as always, this can be found either in the box, can be won through challenges, or it can be built. Now in order to build the Chrysalax, you're going to need to find 3 crystals. The first crystal requires you to progress until you hear an audio cue telling you something has fallen from the sky. Investigate this and head into Jim's Donut on Main Street. Interact with the crystal on the ground, eliminate the zombies that spawn, then pick up the crystal. Now for the next one, you're going to need to buy a flamethrower which costs 100 blue salvage, and you're going to need to wait till a tormentor spawns, burn it with the flamethrower, pick up the second crystal. Now for the third crystal, you're going to need to get an abomination to attack and break open one of the purple crystals around the map. Now you might have luck spawning one by heading into where the amplifier is, which in here you'll also want to get this abomination to crash into this corner near the boardroom. This will cause the housing unit to fall on the ground, allowing you to pick it up for later. And once you've collected all 3 crystals, head over to the particle accelerator and interact with this tank underneath. Now you're going to need to get melee kills in front of this tank in order to charge this up. You'll know you finished it when the Wonder Weapon raises up out of the tank, allowing you to pick it up. Now at any point while you're doing all of these steps, you can head over to fuel processing. Here you're going to want to interact with the processing tank, which will start a lockdown. Now you don't necessarily need to get kills inside of this lockdown step, you just need to survive it. Once you do, you can go ahead and pick up the fuel tank from the center. Next, you're going to want to put dead wire on your weapon and head over to the arcade. You will now want to shoot a zombie in front of the Grand Prix machine, which will power it on. Now interact with the machine to spawn in an RCXD. Now you're going to need to pilot this RCXD into the TV store, being careful not to touch any zombies as it will explode and you'll have to start over. Now once you're inside the TV store, go behind the counter and it should knock down this grate here. Head inside to the right and explode your RCXD, knocking over the shelf. Now head back into the TV store and you should now be able to pick up the monitoring device. Now for the next step, you will need the Chrysalax, as you're going to need to destroy 3 giant crystals found in the starting area, storage zone 5 rooftops, and inside the amplifier. Now you're going to want to use the Wonder Weapon's secondary fire to shoot the orbs floating around. You'll then want to switch back to the axe form and take out the giant crystal itself. Now in the center of this crystal is a smaller crystal that you're going to want to pick up. You'll then need to bait an abomination to open its mouth, chuck the crystal inside, take out the abomination, and pick up the catalyzed crystal. You will now need to repeat this for the other 2 locations. And once you have all 3 catalyzed crystals, head back to Main Street. Here's where you want to prepare for the final stretch by making sure your Wonder Weapon is packed, you got all the perks and stuff that you want. When you're ready, interact with the crafting table to craft the neutralizer. This is going to start a small escort step. For this, you're going to need to stay inside the bubble and protect the neutralizer. Periodically, it's going to stop and require you to go outside the bubble and find red crystals, break them, get the crystal that drops, and take it back to recharge the neutralizer. Now, you'll need to repeat this step until you reach the large door at the end, which is going to spawn in all the machines that you need to prepare. Now, when you're ready for the boss fight, interact with the door and enter the arena. Once inside, immediately run to wherever Samantha is, and she should be floating above a ring of fire. You'll need to charge up Samantha's meter on the left side of the screen, at which point she will fly off towards one of the large, conveniently placed laser cannons and charge it up. Now you'll need to switch to the secondary fire on your Wonder Weapon and shoot the shoulder blades off of the Forsaken. This will then allow you to shoot his weak spots with the laser cannons. Now repeat for both shoulders, and then the weak spot should change to his stomach. Repeat this for the stomach, and the weak spot should change to the top of his head. And once you finally dealt enough damage to the top of the Forsaken's head, congratulations, you finished the final round-based Easter egg in Black Ops Cold War. Now hopefully you guys have enjoyed this. I know I've had a blast making these. Next up, I will be doing videos on the 2 Outbreak Easter eggs. If you guys liked this video, you thought it was helpful, please drop a like. And don't forget to follow me so you guys stay up to date on all things Call of Duty Zombies. See you guys around.